I'm Mitchell, and I'm an engineer on the Flutter team at Google. In Flutter, you often hear everything is a widget. Like most sayings, this is only mostly true and depends on the context. It's more accurate to say 99% of your time writing UI code for a Flutter app is spent writing widgets. But A, that's a mouthful, and B, the essence of the saying is useful. Widgets represent all parts of the UI, from small visual elements like buttons and text, to layout elements like columns, to alignment, animations, and even the app itself. If you watched the previous videos in this series, you might be thinking, okay, I get it, apps are made from widgets. But what are these little guys really? How do I really build a Flutter app? Technically, widgets are just Dart objects that inherit from a few different classes, like StatelessWidget and StatefulWidget, which themselves inherit from a base widget class. The most common of these widget types is the StatelessWidget. In a way, it's the default widget type, the one you should use unless you have a reason to use a more complex one. As the name suggests, it doesn't have any internal changeable state. All the information it needs to render, like a URL for an image widget or a string for a text widget, is passed in when the widget is created. Widgets are immutable, so those properties can never change. Whenever information that is passed into a widget changes, the old widget is thrown away by the framework and a new widget is created. Thus, they don't work with mutable state and are aptly called stateless widgets. And under the hood, widgets are a sort of blueprint, and Flutter knows how to turn those blueprints into more persistent objects that actually draw pixels on the screen. You'll learn more about these shadowy background objects in later videos. Together, all the widgets of your app make up the widget tree. You compose those widgets together into a tree with each widget's build method. Every widget class requires the all-important build method, which must return another widget. The build method is responsible for describing what the UI for that widget should look like, and it does so in terms of other widgets. So not only is every part of your UI a widget, but each widget is made up of widgets. In a very cool and not nerdy way, a Flutter app is kind of like a Megazord. Consider the app bar widget. It's a bar at the top of many mobile apps that usually has some text and maybe some icon buttons. Well, that text and those icons are widgets. And they're wrapped with some invisible widgets, in this case a row widget and some padding widgets. And those are wrapped in a class called appbar. And that's pretty much the process of writing UIs in Flutter. You start with small widgets provided by the framework, like text, row, and icon. You then combine them to create bigger widgets, like menus and layouts. Then you combine those widgets to make even bigger widgets like screens. Finally, you combine all of them together to make an app. So, how do you build a Flutter app? One widget at a time.